Uncle Fans. Today we're going to Omalo and then eventually Diklo and surrounding areas. So Omalo is quite far from Tbilisi. It takes you about 5 hours ride, and we're just at the beginning of the pass, and I'll explain the pass when we get to the top. So we're taking a quick comfort break, quick meal, and before we head out. It's quite a pass. It's one of the most dangerous passes in the country, and eventually we will top out at 2,900 meters above sea level. So stick with us and stick with Uncle Explores. So yeah, we're up halfway up Alazani Pass, and they say these are hot springs. I don't know if it's here or just around the corner, but this is the distance. I'm sure this is it. Unfortunately, it's closed. But there is areas where you can sit and have your picnic. And this is the valley we're climbing out of. My friends are behind me. We just separated a bit because of the dust. So let's see how long it takes them to come up. You can see the tree line there. We're beginning to break through the tree line and get up to the top of the pass, but we're only halfway up. It's quite an adventure. It's actually quite scary at points. Sheer drops for 500, 600 foot. So yeah, quite a scary thing. But we're having fun. So how do you like this view? Drank a little bit too much water, so I had to get rid of some of it. So while I'm doing that, how's this view? Pass, and 9,530 feet above sea level, so we are quite high. And this is new, little cafe at the top to last year, but the road is a lot worse than last year. I think because the rains were late, a lot of the road is kind of washed away, which is not great. Anyway, I think it's time for a chocolate, a bit of cake, and we'll see how it goes. So we're just getting into town, and this is like the first hotel. It's kind of a Swiss look, but we're going to the edge. I believe there's a very good view. So the guys have told us to Mudiak, come, so we can see the view. Okay, here we go. A little bit of drone footage. One day I'll get myself one of these, but let's see. Sure, that's quite a height. There we go. So for Omalo, it's actually quite hot and warm today. It's 28. Usually up here it should be about 20, but a bit of rain coming tomorrow. But what I want to show you is all over the place you get these little tents. And these guys sell coffee, and it's Turkish coffee, so that is like hot sand, I think. And then you can buy socks. These are all traditionally made socks with sheep wool from the area, so it's all spun and dyed in this area, which is quite interesting. And here's some gloves. Those are 25 lari, it looks like. Some long socks, nice and warm. There's a nice big pair there, which I need. Then little dollies, lovely little dollies, and traditional sheep wool spun here as well, quite rustic. Here's a lady's garment, and traditional handbags, waistcoats, and local hats. This is what they wear in winter, these local hats. So we're heading off to Diklo now. We found accommodation for the night. Yeah, I've been here before. It's actually quite nice. So yeah, I'll film once we get there. All good, Ilya? So in Omalo there's an information center, and this is it here. I wouldn't mind a house that looked like this, but this is the information center. Let's go in and have a look what they have. You'll see helicopters flying. There's a helicopter shuttles to and from Omalo. They're private, it's a charter. But I believe they come up here in winter for skiing. It's one of the smaller little hamlets. I think there's only about 50 people that actually live here, but they're doing quite well with guest houses. So there's 1, 2, that's a new guest house since the last time I came. But it's absolutely beautiful in this valley, and nice and quiet. Next we'll go to the famous Diklo church, which is a landmark and needs to be seen by Georgians when they come past here. So this is the little church in Diklo. It's actually quite famous, and Georgians make sure they come here if they're visiting the region. I love the artworks. There's obviously the 12 disciples, and I think that would be Jesus, wouldn't it? And then along the wall would be the other 12 disciples. I think that's Mary. Beautiful tapestry and painting of our Lord. And this little church is in an absolutely beautiful, stunning part of the world. Here's our friends. Our one friend fell off his bike and hurt his hand. How'd you like a church with this view? The mountains around here are absolutely breathtaking. There's an ambulance there. Don't know what he's here for. So here we are. We wake up to a beautiful morning, and we're at the top of the hill. We stayed in that little village last night. It actually was quite a nice guest house. Here's the bikes, and here is the castle. There we go. A lot of tourism here. There's people hiking. Horse riding is very big. Seems to me in these videos I'm always walking. Hopefully I won't get out of breath now. Old guy having a look. And here we are, the old castle on the hill, a couple of savant towers there, and this is where most of the tourism sleeps. These are mostly all guest houses down here. So really it's a beautiful time of year to visit Omalo. The rains are funny this year in that they've continued. So tomorrow it's raining hard the whole day. So I've decided to cut the break short and go home tonight or this afternoon to ride these passes in rain. It's unsafe and it's really not nice at all.